So now let's draw a legacy level. Just as defining parameters on this trade. And it looks like it's going to be, okay, magnet tool, just doing magnet things. That's too far out. That's not relevant until a little later in the move. Like that. So in this case, you can see kind of your local, and this is dynamic, right? This on Skycoin would have just been the blue line, right? These are dynamic. There is always a, this green is 1, blue is 2, purple is 3. The second that this green is gone, right? The second that this is gone, because we've broken it to try to start an uptrend, this becomes the local trend we are using to attack a global trend. Because this is local compared to the time frame that it's on, right? This is local comparative to the time frame. There could be larger trends out in space and time that are, somewhere, way out here as a purple trend, as a legacy trend. But not important right now, right? Because these trends, they're going to compress us, right? So, and you see it here, right? You see it on Oaks, where we break the local part of the move to back attack the global trend. So when we break this global trend, we know we can attack the valley. And that's exactly what happens. And you can see, actually, well, we can get rid of this because this is not relevant. You can see the type of move that this thing has, breaking a global trend off a local move, right? You can see the absurd move that, what valley did it even hit here? Did it stop at an inverse? Just did it hit a valley right here? Yeah, some valley in here on another time frame. And maybe this is a daily in here somewhere. I'm sure there's some kind of level in here that's a daily or whatever it is. But you can see the type of move that, and you look at these trends, and it becomes quite obvious on Oaks that when you understand that trends become the fuel to moves, you will always be looking at back attacking something as if you are looking at this trend here breaking. The move can only be so much, and this would have told you that the move is going down, right? This would have said, okay, we are laddering down, we just hit an inverse level, we actually couldn't back attack the valley. But then this is what you're looking for. This is that global trend that you're looking for, because local moves will only attempt to do local things. Global moves will attempt to attack global levels, just like this right here is local right here, right? This global level is right here. So if you put that into perspective of the size of this trend, and if this trend line is breaking, the size of move it can have versus this trend line breaking, you will quickly start to see what kind of moves you can have based on these trends. You can quickly see when you have these two trends, right? When you have these two trends, the global and the local, and we're going to go back in here, you can see the type of move something is going to have based on the type of trend it's breaking, right? When you have broken this local trend, kind of the cap point is this right here. So you have to actually go and back attack a larger target in order to have fuel for the move, because trend will always be fuel. You look at any single coin on any time frame, and trend is always the fuel. I don't care what coin you're looking at. When you break trend, it fuels a move. If you are laddering up against a larger trend, you are probably going to have a large impulsive movement on a coin, whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend. It's the same thing on downtrends, right? It's the exact same thing on downtrends. So when you have something like this, or I should say uptrends, when you have a trend like this and it breaks, it feels a large move down. So then you can start to ask yourself, where is the local and global moves, right? So then you would go something like this on MDA, and you could even pull back to here, which would have been a legacy trend, right? And you can flip this chart around, and you can come on, make it 12. Okay, we're going to turn you off. You can even see that the trend respect, and this is why trends are so important, because they do act as fuel to moves, even up moves, down moves. It doesn't matter. You can see that when this breaks, it has a larger move. When something like this breaks here, you can see the type of move down it starts, right? And these are all local and global too on this side as well, right? So you'd have something like this. Come on. Okay, we got to zoom in. Magnet tools. Not being too fun here. This would be local to the move, right? This would be a green one right here. That would be green because that's local to this blue trend. So when you are looking at these trends, right, these are going to, and then this would also have this right here, right? So this would be green, this would be blue, and this would be purple. And this is the exact same thing we see on all coins right now. Is they lose global trends, and they attack legacy trends. They lose legacy trends, and then they dump down. So everything in our industry lost legacy trends, which just furthered the distribution of these coins that were on these uptrends, which just furthered the move down. Which when looking at this on a 1 hour chart, swinging out to something much larger, you can see the type of move you have down from 11,000 sats all the way down to 22. And mind you, this is the topping of a coin, but we're at 2,200 sats on oaks, or 17, or whatever this went to. So these trends are very dynamic in their nature. This green trend is only green until it's broken, as to where then this turns green, right? The worst thing people can do is get stuck on these ideas, because there's always a larger trend, right? There's always some type of larger trend. Maybe not in the case right now, because we have seen the bottom on all coins and this becomes more of a level. Typically, there's always some larger trend in the move, unless you're at an all-time low or an all-time high, which in that case, you're just using the backside of trend, which we will talk about again today as well. Not again, but for the first time, which you are just using swing to swing backsides of trend. So trends exist there's a trend duality that exists on both sides of the chart for accumulation and distribution, as to where people will take one kind of coin, and they will simply do this. They will simply draw one line and they will say, okay, this is trend. Like, where's trend? And so this becomes a very common practice to do in charting. You just draw trend and you're like, oh, we're breaking trend. But not only is there that trend, but this trend also has a backside on this trend, which gets respected all the time, which is also adaptive, right? This is also adaptive, like so. It's also going to have swing to swing points like this, and then it's going to adapt to here, right? Which you can see, this is a bit of a trend duality, as to where, and I think another common practice that's completely inaccurate is people do this and they drag this over and they're just like, oh yeah, there's trend. That's not real. That's not the way trend works. If you connect these two current points, yes, that's trend, but that's not how you see it. That's how you see it in hindsight. Like, again, being a historian, if you were to just do it like this and to draw this there, then in hindsight you would have seen that this is the swing that you should have connected it to, not some pulled out version of this. So instead of one trend, you have two trends on either side, which also have global and local levels. So this actually has three levels. So that's three trends right here. So this has got three trends on this side, as well as three trends on this side. So you have six trends here, and then you have the same three here and three here. And people will remember when I charted BNB, and they said, well, how did you see the top? And I kind of drew this weird inverse trend. And I said, well, I'm not going to go over that because it's too much. So there's a reason, and again, we'll go over that through the workshop. But now you have this kind of 12 trends, which starts to become a little cumbersome. So then it becomes a matter of, are you in an uptrend or a downtrend? So then you can strip away okay, do you need 6 or 12? Because you don't need to see an up and a downtrend, because you're never in both. You're in one or the other, right? Yep. So then we simply go back to oaks here, and you could see where this is almost this automatic point of succession. You have a global trend that's being tested against local success. And local success is, again, trying to go back to distribution and accumulation cycles. Local success is trying to find a hold level, break to attack the valley. In this case, the valley attack, this valley that's being attacked right here is attacking this trend. So, of course, this thing is going to skyrocket up. It's naturally being moved into a point of extreme recovery, right? You're no longer just attacking this. By gaining this local level, you have entered this mechanical part of a trade where something automatic has happened from an event in the past, right? So this trend is automatically being tested on the success of the ending of distribution here. So it has this crazy slingshot move on oak. So easy to see after the fact, but again, this is something that if we saw in this moment and looked at this chart like this and said, okay, we're breaking a local trend, we're probably going to short the inverse level, and let's short the inverse level. Let's play this move as it were, doing so right now. Okay, let's come back down, and if we can hold the highest hold level here, which is this, then we know that this move is going to be good. We can even hold this and ladder up, and it's going to be a relatively strong move, right? So let's do that. Let's go here and see what we hold. Yeah, so we actually held the local, which is good. That the greedier you got on this, the better. You held the local, and as long as this can hold, and we can ladder up, and there it is again. So now we need to hold this right here, or even super greedy on a 15-minute, there could be a valley in there that we're not seeing right now. But anyways, we're just going to use this, right? And now we have this uptrend that has been created, right? So now we are trying to hold the uptrend, and it breaks down a little bit. It's pretty close to our hold, but in this moment, you can see, and without even needing to really draw anything, like you can see what's happening here. This is laddering up in an extreme fashion, right? And this might have been a 4-hour trend line like this. Like there might be a 4-hour trend line that was used something like this. I'm not sure unless I switch to the 4, but that'll break the replay tool. But there could have been a 4-hour trend that was being held here, an uptrend. But you can see where this thing is automatic succession, and in this moment here, I bet you the next candle is, yeah, it's crazy, because it's this kind of point where local trend has automatically succeeded a global level to back target its trend, as to where if this local move was telling you that the only way distribution can stop and we move up is by testing this level here, well, the reversal on this move, or the bottoming of this move where it attacks this, is naturally breaking a global trend.
Hey everyone, how's it going? As you know, I'm now giving out some of this content for free that I was otherwise charging for the past little while. Yeah, drop a donation, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon. You'll get access to Discord. Great way. Lots of top level traders in there, people who are doing this for a career every single day. So go to Patreon, join a tier, get access to Discord. Go on Reddit, talk about future of trading, talk about the science of trading, talk about cotton candy, socials, everything you can. Let's help this thing grow. It's the way you guys can thank me for giving out this content for free that I was otherwise charging money for. So I'll leave a Bitcoin address on the screen. I'll leave the Patreon address on the screen. Just do something to help out. Okay, thanks guys. Take care.